Hey y'all, it's Sharon. I'm back to share another idea or share my experiences while I was policing. I was ostracized and retaliated against for telling the truth. I'm sharing ideas, opinions, thoughts, and experiences of that time and how I questioned my identity. And so I've been sharing, this is video 201, I think. I've been sharing since COVID. And just ideas on how to better policing on an individual basis. And not just policing, you could use this in your personal life. I'm sharing in hopes of just helping others give a different perspective, see a different perspective, and if they're thinking about getting into policing, some of the things they need to ask themselves before they get into policing. And with that being said, last week I asked a question about this image. Hold on. This image right here. And not who it depicts, but who is the model, I was asking. And I got some honest feedback. I got some dialogue, and I appreciate that. I learned some things, and I learned people have a different perspective. Everybody has a different perspective, which is interesting. And there was either one or two comments where it said color didn't matter. Yes, it did, and yes, it does. Hold on. They're both green. This is green. This is green. This is green. It says 20. But which one has more influence? This one? Maybe during a game. But this has influence in life. Images matter. We get up and wash our behinds for this. Most of us. Most of us do. We'll wash our behinds, put on deodorant, drive a couple of hours for a couple of these. This not so much. Image matters. And so my question is, not to the folks that answered last week, but it'd be cool if you did answer. My question is now, do you think you were conditioned not to value truth? Because a lot of you said you know the truth now. I didn't know the truth initially. I know the truth now about that image, this image. Was I conditioned to know the truth? And when I think about it, in my policing career, we had this word that we used to test a lie, not testify, test a lie. And it was a joke, but it was an actual thing. Some people bent the testimony a little bit, took shortcuts, negated some things. So you test a lie. Is that conditioning? Perhaps a part of conditioning? Or the fact that I was back the blue and the brotherhood and sisterhood and policing, and you don't rat on your fellow officers. That was unspoken, but it was known. You don't snitch. Are we conditioned to value the truth? I know officers that could not go testify in court because they were known to lie. Why they were walking around with a gun and badge, it's beyond me. But there was a couple of them walking around. Couldn't go to court because they were known to be liars. Is that conditioning? Is it conditioning when my sergeant says, Walters, why are you just sitting around in your car? Ain't nobody run a light or anything? You like your job, Walters? Is that conditioning? But yeah, those are just some examples that I actually share in my book. I wrote a lot of it while I spent time alone in the firefighters' lunchroom. I talk about that in other videos. And I started to research, journal, go to different universities and find different journals and research just on my faith alone. And I found out a lot of stuff. So I share that. I share some of that in the book and some of the revelation. Oh, in the book. You can find this on lulu.com, lulu.com. It's $15. And I would suggest read part 3 first and then go back and read the beginning, which is my actual day-to-day journal, I share a lot. And it'll make more sense. Read part 3 first and then read the beginning of the book. Especially for the folks that call themselves Christians. Read part 3 first and then go back and start the book. But I share a lot of what I was thinking and questioning my identity and questioning was it the right thing to tell the truth? And so I started to realize I was conditioned to value the truth a little bit. If it was going to hurt one of my fellow officers, not so much. That's the truth. That is the truth. But yeah, you have to ask yourself, am I conditioned to tell the truth? Or value the truth? Or maybe I'm not conditioned to value the truth. But if you care to share in the comments, it doesn't matter, or the truth matters, you could even put that in there, truth matters in the comment. And answer the question from last week, if you don't mind. Who was that guy in the picture? And if you know that, and you're still okay with that representing Christ, is that okay with you? You can share that in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Well, that's all I had for this week. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll be back next week. Oh, the link for the book will be in the description, along with our online store. Take a look at that. And as is our tradition, you don't necessarily have to go through a thing to learn from it. Talk to you later. Bye.